Oh, that's
Okay.
cool. Yeah.
This is Mannon from Houston,
Hello.
Texas.
Hey.
Maybe could you all introduce yourselves individually?
My name is Angela. I play guitar in Mannon.
My name's Vanessa. I play the bass. I just recently joined Mannon.
Yeah.
I'm Electra. I play drums in Mannon.
I'm Kirsten. I do vocals and guitar in Mannon. And
Oh
we're
yeah.
Mannon!
What kind of genre would you guys describe yourselves as?
Categories. I would say
I think
probably like atmospheric, like screamo. We take
yeah.
inspiration from like a lot of things, like punk, even pop.
Yeah,
Core is a good one.
It's it. Oh gosh.
Yes.
Uh,
Well, that's like the actual like
on Google AI, it says we're queercore.
Queercore.
Yeah.
So that's new.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
I
Okay.
wouldn't say
Yeah, I don't think. Maybe. Yeah, yeah. No, no disrespect, but like, yeah.
No, that's real. That's atmospheric screamo. What are
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
elements you guys like to include in your music? Like what does that mean really for you?
I would say like we want to give like a very eerie vibe while still maintaining like a good I guess like a hardcore type of aspect in there as well. You know, like keep
Mhm.
it light but heavy at the same time almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys do lyrics and it's I infer screamo. What do you
Mhm.
guys screamo about, right?
Oh, we screamo about everything. Mostly like, I mean, we don't have like a whole bunch of songs to be fair, but a lot of them are very like, I guess you could say like derived from like, either like religion or like horror elements. Like
Female experience.
female experience is a good
Yeah.
one. Just like a whole bunch of everything kind of. Like kind of our bigger songs are more inspired by, like I said, like horror,
Mhm.
very like like theatrical, I would say.
Okay,
Not
cool.
super like realistic whatsoever.
Yeah.
Not
We're cool,
realistic. We're
right?
not.
Yeah.
We're fake.
What are like the biggest venues you've played at? So I could be like played at blah blah.
Biggest venue.
Probably like I think like Axelrad and the Inn, they all have like a
Oh yeah.
200-ish capacity, and we have sold out Axelrad before. Thankfully, like we played with a bunch of other like really
Yeah.
fucking sick bands,
They're
and
really
Yeah.
good. That was a good show.
yes, it was really good.
So rad. It was really good. I feel like we all felt like we played really well that
Yeah.
night too. I felt like I played good.
Yeah.
That's rad.
The vibes are great.
The vibes were good.
Yeah,
Axelrad, Black Magic Social Club, that's a pretty good one. The End,
the Inn.
Yeah.
and then all the little DIYs, but like White Swan, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys have anything out right now or
Actually, so we
how's
were
this
supposed to record this past weekend, and unfortunately, we weren't able to. We wanted to record so bad before this.
Yeah.
That way, we could be like, "Oh, our experience recording, da 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 da." But unfortunately, that's not going to be till this week. But we are recording some stuff.
Yeah.
Yes,
We're already like
we have the songs picked out. We have
Mhm.
like our ideas for sure.
yeah, we're about to
Yes.
release an EP, so
Oh,
it's
huge.
pretty cool to mention for
Yeah.
sure. Just
No,
just
for
a
sure.
heads up. Here we come, world.
Here we come.
Here we go. Be nice to her.
Oh yeah. Tell me about you guys, right?
Oh,
Local
oh.
Houston band. How'd you guys like get involved with subculture and the Houston scene? Like what's your personal relationship with it?
Well,
I feel like everybody's is probably different, honestly.
Yeah.
Honestly, we all have different like obviously outside of the band, we all have our own routines and what we
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
So if anything, I guess we can elaborate on that to answer that question because we
Sure.
all
Yeah.
like
If you guys want to go
we're
like
very
individually and
different,
stuff,
like,
that's
backgrounds.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of it's great,
No,
but
I
like
don't need a group answer. Yeah.
yeah, because like I mean, what would you even like?
how
Because
did you
it's
how did you get
personal.
how did you get into the scene?
I would say that like me just being in this band is my step into the scene, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like for sure as I was growing up, I was a bit more shy. Like I would
Mhm.
say I was a bit more just reserved, but I knew that I always wanted to play music. So
Yeah.
eventually, I kind of put myself out there. She ended up finding me as we were like I guess in the midst of that I put stuff up. I can't remember when or where it
It was
was.
like band mix or something.
Yeah,
Like
that's
you put yourself out there. You're like, oh, I play this.
like let's
Yeah.
jam and hang, something like that. She
Yeah.
found my Instagram from there.
Yeah.
So like this was definitely my step into the scene. Like, but it's different for each one of us. Like I said, you're gonna see because like I feel like I wasn't really. I don't know, I didn't really step into it myself. I went in here, and then from there I just got open to like all of this. But a big juxtaposition is gonna be her, because she's been in the scene for a while. Like
Yeah.
I feel like that's the difference as well. Like
Absolutely.
you should tell her about like how you, because you've always had.
I guess I'll go. Um, I like my parents are both super musically inclined.
Yeah.
My dad played shows, my mom, she didn't play shows so much, but like she also was involved in the music scene. Like she was making zines. She has an art studio here. Like she's very involved DIY. And she's also has the same belief of just like helping people. And so having both of them kind of instill that on me helped a lot. My dad taught me bass actually. But I wasn't down. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't too into it. And then I started going to shows like concerts. It started out as concerts, and then I just see like these cool people, and like I would see like that bond, and I was like, holy crap, like this is freaking awesome. Like what the heck? Like they're just having so much fun. Like they just look so fun. And then I slowly but surely started like assimilating into like that crowd, into going to any type of shows that I could find, literally. Looking at the bands, figuring out whenever they were playing, you know, meeting people that liked the bands, that liked the shows. And then eventually you just kind of meet your people. And I had posted on social media. I was like, I want to be in a new band. Like I need something. I need something. I need to drum again. Because I was drumming in a previous band. Then I was like, I need to be in a band again. I need that community. I'm feeling a little bit lost. I miss playing shows. I miss making music. And then luckily I found them. And then we had our first practice, and like for sure, like it was definitely like so fun hanging out, like and like making music and stuff. But like now, like because it's just like we put so much work and effort and so much time. It is a lot of time that we put into it. It's completely flourished. It's completely like just grown, and you know, there are so many aspects to it that I love being a part of. I love like knowing things and just playing music and just being a part of like something that's bigger than myself. Um, Something that's way bigger than myself, like emotionally, community wise, like everything and anything. And I love it. Yeah, I love the scene. I love music. I love shows. Yeah, slay. Love it.
Yes, like
Yes, like.
Yeah, there was no scene like where I grew up, like in Galveston, that area. So I met someone who was in Idiosync at the time. It was what, like Manhole, but they had a different name. But I went to their first show, and I was just like, wow, like this shit is so cool. Like all these people just came and hang out, and we're just like hanging out playing music. You know, like it was very fun to watch. And after that, I continued just going to shows like whenever I had the time. And like I dropped off for a while, like definitely, like where I, you know, was just working so much I didn't really go to shows ever. But I would just, whenever I had the chance, I would absolutely drag anybody who wanted to go so they could get hit by older men, you know, like absolutely. I feel so bad. I had so many friends that got smashed in mosh pits because I dragged them there. Like it was terrible. But yeah, and then like I said, I eventually, they were like, do you want to play bass? And I'm like, sure, man. Like I have played just a little bit when I was like 16, you know, and I dropped it because I started like having long nails and doing other stuff, and I was like, maybe this isn't for me. I'm just gonna focus on art. But like their help and their like guidance has like taught me so much, you know, like it helps a lot. Yeah. Who's next?
Kirsten.
Oh,
Well,
well, I mean, like Angela said, like for me at least, like I came from like West Texas, Odessa, and there's not shit there. It's like tumbleweeds and like fucking
Tell
ghosts.
me what you did for fun.
Bro, fun, like small town Texas fun is like driving to Target or like Whataburger and driving around and smoking and like same street back and forth. We're just listening to music. Like that's what we did for fun over there. There wasn't no scene, there were no venues, there was fucking nothing. And I always wanted to be in a band. I was like, I want to be in a girl band so bad. So like I moved here, and it took me a minute, but I'd broken up with like an ex, and I was like, I want something new. I need something different in my life. Like I need girls, I need something. And
Yeah.
then like this was like right whenever like I was looking into like Angela's profile and I was like looking at different people and I was like, oh, like I really want to start something. So I would go to local shows because of that. I was like, let me actually see like what even is there to do. What is the actual scene like for sure. Yeah, and then I mean from there it was just like then we would start going all together to shows and we would practice and then eventually we would play at those shows, you know? So it was definitely, and that's almost 2 years ago, almost like in January, February time. That's whenever we really had first started practicing. So almost 2 years from that time.
It moved pretty quick too. Like we found each other, we planned, when to practice. We practiced steady and we had a show booked. Like it was almost
pretty
like
fast.
it was pretty quick.
And with that too, something else that like circling back to like the community question is like the fact that we did all go to shows and like we continue going to shows like Mannon, we're a band.
Yeah,
Mannon.
we even to this day we go to
everyone.
shows. Yes.
And everyone we see, like my favorite party trick is being like, I'm in a band. It's called Mannon. Follow us now. Love us. Like you have to. You just have to.
Like if we sober or something, like taking a jail, Electra would mention that.
Yeah.
Like you're like, let's just we're in a band. Anything. Like literally.
Yeah.
They'll
No,
throw it
that's
in there.
real. You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
So you guys are in Houston, so I thought about like kind of focusing on that.
Yeah.
Because we're like DMV, so it's we can like talk about differences. How do you guys feel being like a local band in Houston, in Texas?
Honestly, the scene in Houston is always growing. There's always so many different elements and aspects, and we try to dip our feet in multiple different types of scenes because like the hardcore scene here is great. Like it is a really good hardcore scene. A lot of people love throwing hands, love two-stepping, being little freaks. And we do love our little freaks, truly. And I mean, yeah, literally dabbling in any types. It's like multi-genre almost, like all the like venues and shows and bands. There are so many bands here.
Yeah.
So many bands that are also getting started, that are also been around, that we've had the privilege of playing with. And so it's hard to answer that question, but like I said, the scene is always growing, and we
Houston,
definitely,
Houston's pretty big, so I feel like it has like a lot of, like you said, a lot of variety. So it's a pretty good place to start out. Not gonna lie, like that was a really nice place to start out for sure.
Are there like any specific Houston local bands that you guys fuck with?
They're Corpus Christi bands, which is kind of close by, but they're Shigella.
They're really good though. Yeah.
They're really
Okay.
I
would say they're pretty
good. Lagrimas.
Lagrimas, yes, from Houston.
Idiosync. They're from like Jackson.
They're pretty
CPU Buddha.
Oh my gosh.
CPU Buddha, and they were so awesome.
They were great.
Yes.
Oh, Jumbotron. Really, really good. Underrated.
So you started off in Houston. I think, what's interesting about like Houston and the scene there is that it's like very geographically isolated. It's this like massive city surrounded by like nothing much. And like there's like far travel time at least between, Houston and any other city. How do you feel about it all being like stuck in one place,
Oh boy. As someone who like I came from Galveston and I kind of moved in with my boyfriend over in Sugar Land, and so I drive like 30 minutes from here in Houston, and I just actually moved into like downtown Heights, Houston. So been driving all around, and like it's definitely like the closer I get to Houston, the more opportunities definitely I feel. Like it's so much easier to like access everything, like get to practice and just make my life easier. But it's definitely like I said, you see so many smaller bands. Like the Galveston scene has grown exponentially in these past few years. Like actually, like if there was nothing whenever I was growing up, and so I ended up like making friends with people in the Lake Jackson scene, and like literally driving an hour over there, like just to go see shows, and until I like got older and started going to Houston. But there's just so many little pockets around that are also really great.
That's so cute. Yeah, I guess,
It's almost like Houston's acting like this big beam that everyone just like
Gravitates.
yeah, because like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
she's from Odessa. Like she came
Like West
I-
Texas. That's
yeah.
like 8-9 hours away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
yeah.
originally like was
I moved to
living
Conroe first, and that's like an hour drive.
yeah.
And I was doing that.
Just tell her like so in practice she would be driving I think an hour to make it to
Yeah,
practice.
that's not including traffic. Traffic was like 2 hours, give or take. So it is, and even up there, like people that I knew, very few, but people that I knew would go to Houston for the show. So everybody,
Yeah, it's
like
like a
they were
beam,
saying,
like,
it gravitates.
everybody's just pretty gravitated. It's like pretty I'm like literally it's just like another form of connection. A lot of people are just
Absolutely, yeah.
gravitated towards Houston because of that, because of all of
Yeah.
the diversity and like
Mhm.
anybody who's out there can find what they're looking for in here type.
Absolutely, yeah.
Especially in the scene, because whether or not, like, if you decide to be in a band, if you're looking for a community, if you're looking for a show, if you're looking for music, if you're looking for people, whatever you're looking for,
You'll find it
if you're
here.
missing something, like that's how it was for me at least. Like I was just like I felt like I was missing something. Like I need to be involved somehow, some way.
Mhm.
And then once I started going to shows and like you meet people and then it just kind of it all escalates. I mean, it's
Yeah.
Houston. I love that you said it's a beam because Houston definitely is like it's a beam that everyone comes to.
It's worth like driving an hour, like
Mhm.
you know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
worth like
Yeah.
commute, apparently for a lot of people.
You're like a Houston band through and through now. Everyone's come together, right?
Yes, for sure. Yeah, we're now all in
Houston.
Houston. Yes.
How do you feel like you feel your personal relationship is towards Texas in that way through your band being local, if that makes sense?
Ooh.
I mean, I feel like it's easy to dislike Texas, especially if
Yeah.
you're not from Texas. It's so
Yeah.
easy to hate Texas, but I think like once you like really connect with people, it's like a good reminder, like, like there are good things about
Mhm.
Texas. It makes you like have a little Texas pride, like
Yeah,
yeehaw,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. No, it's special.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
if anything, I feel like I feel the opposite, honestly. I feel like there's a lot to like, yeah, like Texas is like goated. Like I feel like
That's what I'm
Texas, like
saying.
people are
Yeah.
constantly moving in here.
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
people
yeah.
are like, I mean, like no matter what,
Especially Houston.
if anything,
Yeah.
like being based in Texas is like almost like she said, like the pride in it. It's like you're
Yeah.
representing the South. Like I think
Mhm.
the South is a pretty like cool thing to
Very much
represent,
so.
you know, like in this era, I guess that
Of
we're in.
course, too, the goal eventually is to, I mean, for every band that, I mean, it's like
Yeah.
Houston local, you know,
Mhm.
like, but the goal is eventually to like play other places. We got to
Yeah.
play a show in Galveston one time. It was pretty cool.
Mhm.
But we do want to like keep reaching out and just keep trying to
Yeah.
not escape,
It's explore.
but
Explore,
for
expand.
sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Because I mean, like, it's awesome. Like playing music takes you actually so many places. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Do you never feel like maybe a bit isolated geographically from like the rest of the US being so far away? Like leaving Texas takes so long, you know?
Yes.
Is that
Yes.
is that felt?
Like you could travel a day in Texas and still be in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of like yeah,
It's ridiculous.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's pretty big.
I curse the roads every day.
She curses the roads every day.
Oh my gosh, like Katy Freeway, that
Oh.
Oh, wow.
massive.
Yeah.
I have nightmares about that thing still.
Yeah, no.
Oh my gosh.
Just long.
It's long and painful. How many small towns there are? It's insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
The
Yeah,
I-10. They're
Mhm.
closing
True.
the I-10 to just 2 lanes.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, for construction for the World Cup.
Wow, nice.
World Cup.
World
Yes.
Cup too.
Get to look forward to that.
Sure, I'm sure. Thing is, like, adding lanes doesn't even like fix traffic. Like at all.
Absolutely,
It's like
yeah.
been proven. It does nothing.
Yeah.
And they're
And
like, no,
yeah.
no, no, no. If we add one more lane, like it'll
Just one more, guys. Just one more.
No.
Public
Um,
transportation?
Yeah.
No, no. How do you feel about like community? You're talking a lot about like the scene, right, in Houston.
Mhm.
It's this like thing you observe, you feel a presence, right?
Mhm.
How does community look like in that?
There are so many people and
Yeah.
so many things happening. Like right now, there's a show happening called Les Fest in Houston. And it's like all like it's like lesbian bands or people that are like queer, like women inside the bands. There's a lot of opportunities like that, which is actually so uplifting. There's shows that like are for fundraisers,
Yeah.
there's shows that like promote women's rights, shows that promote, you know,
Or bring awareness.
bring awareness
Yeah.
to certain
Yeah.
like topics and things, which is that is so that is so uplifting to know, and that is such like a positive thing. And like that's what I think whenever I think of community, because it's people coming together,
Yeah.
using our tools, using our ability that we play music so that we can help other people as well. And the cool thing about playing shows in Houston is that there's always going to be those opportunities, like always, without a doubt, because the people here, especially the scene, are so like, I don't want to say tight knit, but it's like, yo, I've got your back. Like, if you want to do a fundraiser show, like, let's do this.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to do this, like, we can do this. We're gonna make this happen. Like, everyone is very, very down to help
Like
each
eager
other.
to help for sure.
Yeah, very much so. And like me personally, as like I said earlier, I joined the band recently, and like I literally they posted, "Hey, we need a female bassist," and I hadn't touched my bass in like 2 years, not even more like 4 years. I hadn't touched my bass in so long, and I was just like, you know what? Why not? You know, I'm gonna try because like actually I had asked the first time, and then they found someone, and then
We found someone like right before. It was right before.
I was going through it at that point, and I like they were like send clips, and I literally like was holding them up like I can't send clips yet. I need to relearn how to play bass, but I wasn't saying that, so okay, that's my bad. But anyway, all that happened, and then they were like, "Hey, are you still interested?" And I was like, "Shit, yeah, bro, like, let me hop in." And I have felt like family like since day one, you know, like I'm sorry, but like I'm like it feels like it connects something in my heart to have like a girl group that I can be with. Like I love having so many female companions. We talk about everything. It's the best. And like I hope that is translated through our music.
Wow, that was nice. I like that. I really like that.
Yeah. What are the some like the feelings that come with being in an all-female group and like girl band?
It's a lot.
There's a lot of feelings.
It's a lot.
Yeah, I mean it's a male-dominated field, truly. Yeah.
It's kind of odd because like we've talked to like other bands, or me personally, like I'll make friends, you know, with people in other bands, and then there'll be like, you know, guys in there. You hear like not to spread like, anyone's business or anything, but like, you know, to keep it general, like there is a lot of fallouts that you end up seeing sometimes, right?
Yeah.
And like a big thing with us is like I feel like there's a lot of good like honesty and like kind of just being open to taking it and not internalizing it at the same time.
Yeah.
That's probably why we've lasted so long and have a good dynamic, because we actually know how to like still be honest and but not take it to heart or like ever take anything a little too seriously like that. And I think we all just like luckily we all just like mesh together personality wise, like we all just kind of click, honestly.
Because like a good foundation for us is like our friendship and is like the actual relationship outside of music. You know, music is just one of those things that kind of ties everything nicely together. But like I said, our foundation really is like a good friendship. And like she said, we lasted this long because of that.
We build rapport. I remember we first started, we were like, guys, no, we need to bond. So
Yeah,
like,
we would bond. We
exercises,
wouldn't even
like,
practice, we would bond.
So we got pretty
we
got close.
Yeah, like she said, we
that's
always
good.
end up hanging out way more than we practice for sure.
And in the scheme of things too, it's about building each other up as well as women. Like outside of being a band, like I feel so uplifted. I feel so supported. I feel so confident. It's made me like kind of get on my 2 feet a little bit, you know, and gain, I don't want to say gain a consciousness, that's not right. But, like, definitely gain a personality and be able to navigate the world a lot easier because I have like my support team, my band.
Yeah, it's a solid team with you.
Yeah.
And it feels really supporting. And it's also too like inspiring other people to also be like, hey, you want to make an all chick band? Fucking do it. You know, you can do it. Even if you're playing like if you're playing a snare and a kick for like for 5 seconds for a whole song. A song like that. Like you either way, you are supporting and you are uplifting, you know. And whenever it comes to being a woman in a world like this, you know, you need that. You need that type of relationship and those kinds of bonds.
Exactly.
I was thinking about how like subculture and the scene, it's so like inherently political, right? You know, you guys touched on this a little bit earlier. And I was just thinking about how Texas is like such a conservative state, you know? We know this. You know this. How does that sort of like play out in your life being involved in subculture?
Just like how what she was saying, how there's like a lot of pride, or just like a lot of awareness to certain things as well. So like when you play or when we play, there's just a lot of that out there, you know, like the communal awareness that we're all kind of on the same team almost. Or like we're all for the same thing.
People.
It's
the end of the day for the people.
To kind of piggyback off of that, like the scene, right? Like the general places, people we play with. It's very like, I don't want to say echo chamber, but it kind of is like everybody does have the same like political views. Like we're very, aware of what's going on in Texas, very like aware of what needs to happen, what we need to do, not only as like a group and as a community, but like as individuals. And I think kind of going back to like, oh, like we are women, like we face these issues like day to day, And so
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like we love being women and we love women's rights.
That's good.
Well, the women.
Slay.
And also too, like we were saying, like not taking it to heart and just realizing like, okay, like I know my strength, like we have strength within us, within the people that like what we're fighting for, what we're here for, and not giving people that suck time of day,
Yeah.
And it is like scary, especially right now. Like, for example, like people who are very close to me that, are immigrants, and I'm scared to ask them like, like, hey, come to my show, because like I am seeing on Instagram every single day ice raids in Houston, like it makes me scared to even like be on the street with my trusted people, like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's definitely a scary feeling a lot of the time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a scary time for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But we stick together and we slay.
We stick together and we slay.
We do. Yeah. Do you feel like a bit of an uptick in interest in like local politics and like what's going on in Texas?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
because it is like it's slowly but surely people are realizing like how big like this really is affecting people, like people that you pass by on the street, people that you know personally, even yourself, like people are really realizing that's affecting everybody. And I think that is helping like people become more involved politically and in the community at the very least.
Yeah, if anything, I guess the age that we're all in, especially right now, it's really good. I mean, just with social media, because this is a whole different era, especially for like, us in our age group to have this much access to everything, So if anything, I believe that with everything that's been going on and every situation that everybody's concerned with, especially right now, including us, it's just a different time. And if anything, it should be more emphasized to, this demographic for sure. Because we do have, that platform for sure. So I would say that it's definitely something that's, if we have that power, we can spread more awareness.
Yeah.
At the very least,
At the very least, yeah.
I don't know, music has always been like so intertwined with politics, with local politics. I feel like it's just like such a big element of it. You guys are a testament to like the accessibility of growing as a new band in Houston. And Alexa, you were talking about how like the scene is growing in Houston a lot right now. And I think obviously those two things are kind of related. Is there anything like reason you attribute it to this newfound growth in Houston? Do you know like what's up?
I think just the genre that we're playing in general, like the alternative scene, I think is really, really growing, truthfully, because of social media. Like you see a lot more people becoming alternative and like getting into the culture more than just, oh, attire. It's more than that. It's very, like you said, like it's political, it's community, it's like everyday things.
Yeah.
So I think kind of the rise in popularity of like alternative culture is attributing to the rise in popularity of alternative music. And I think that's really helped the local scene here grow even bigger because it is a lot of, younger kids. It's teenagers that are starting these bands for sure. And they're doing what they need to do and they're getting big really fucking fast. And we're filling out that wave as well, for sure.
No, I think it's so special. That people have that kind of opportunity. I feel like when you're missing community, especially nowadays, especially also because of social media in a way, having that kind of like in-person environment, having that like localized scene is so good for like growth of a young person, Like I really feel grateful in a way that I even got to like discover all of this in the first place. And I think about like DIY, right? And like how DIY is such a big part of like being young in the scene. You guys are like I don't know, a DIY band. I don't really know what that means. But it's like, I don't know, to me DIY, I think about like dog, I remember over 2 years ago, House of J, they did like a whole like communist book reading, book fair thing.
The anarchist book
yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel like that shows in Houston? The like again, we're going back to community in a way, like DIY, like mutual aid, that kind of
Yeah.
thing, I think is my impression that it is like strong in Houston. Maybe if you could just tell me a bit about like your experiences in that.
Oh, for sure. Whenever I first started getting into DIY, it's like, I mean, you're literally just doing shit and hoping that it works, you
Yeah.
know? Like that's literally what it is.
Mhm.
And you know, I'm so grateful that it has worked, you know? Like we're just doing shit and hoping that it works. You know,
Yeah.
we're doing
Yeah.
it to like the best of our ability, and like we definitely with the community, with meeting people, with being like, we're good and we're a band, you know, that has helped exponentially.
Mhm.
Literally just introducing ourselves, talking to these people, anyone and everything. Like in the Houston scene, like if you were to go to a scene, especially or like a show, like a DIY show, especially,
Yeah.
and you were to go up to someone and you're like, hey, I want to start a band, or hey, I want to get into this. Hey, like what can I do? What can I where do I go? What happens? You know, like what should I do next? If you were to ask that question and you were to go to a show, you'd have like 10 people lined up, ready to help you, ready to give
Yeah.
you resources, ready to like just be like, oh, well, I know this band, and you should do this and this and this. And then you just kind of you almost like I don't want to say let go, but you kind of just like let like the it's gonna sound so culty. Like you let the scene take the reins. Like you can't just let them take the reins. But like that's kind of how I feel like I mean we put in so much hard work and so much
Yeah.
effort,
Yeah.
you know, and without that we you know we can't just rely on the scene for sure.
Yeah.
You know?
Mhm.
It is a lot of time, energy, and things that go into it, but it it's growing every day, you know, and it helps like the more people join.
I feel like
join.
Yeah.
I feel like people are also just as eager, just like you are, because I feel like
Yeah.
like with the whole DIY aspect of it all, I feel like that's also what sets other people apart sometimes. And for example, like what I mean by that is like I think there was one like abandoned house show or like it was like an abandoned type of place. And like I don't know, maybe I'm like getting this DIY thing wrong, but basically, but what I kind of think that it's about is like I don't know, like you just make it work like how she was saying,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Like that was a generator show. Like it was,
Yeah.
and I know for sure people were excited about that. People wanted to see that through.
Mhm.
So like
Yeah.
that community was like, yeah, I have this, I have that. I remember like when those bands were planning that out. Look, and then we also had the privilege of like playing that for like we played like one
One
song.
song, yeah, because we were just all there and we're like, hey, and they're like, you know what?
Yeah, like
We have Mannon here.
Yeah.
it was like very, very early on when he had just started, but like it's stuff like that that I like I said, I feel like the DIY aspect of, you know, these bands, you know, just that itself is what's setting others apart. You know, you don't really see that every day. That's the very individual type of like kind of niche aspect of like the scene basically, you know. You
Yeah.
get to go into these type of shows that like sure you see a flyer on social media for sure, but like it's nothing as, you know, as big as or grand. I don't know. I don't know. Like I feel like it also
Yeah.
like it's like
like not
a whole nother
commercial.
environment, a whole nother atmosphere basically.
Yeah, yeah.
What you were saying earlier about how, you know, it's teens and like young people coming into these
Mhm.
scenes. On the conversation of third places that are dying, you know, so rapidly,
Yeah.
you know, like parks and libraries and all these things, places that you can go and hang out and it doesn't cost money.
Yeah.
Free shows are one of the very last aspects of that we have. You know, like that's where I was hanging out. That's where we were all hanging out when we were younger and we had no money, you know, and but continue.
That's a good
that's
No, that's actually
No,
really
I think it's a
good.
great point. Yeah,
like,
truly.
we have to keep
You
that
know?
aspect alive, you know, like of
Third
not
place.
paying for every single thing that we do, like to
Yeah.
enjoy anything. But yeah,
Mhm.
that's all.
No, yeah, I agree completely, you know, and I feel like that's a big difference I see with like commercial concert going and stuff like that, is there's this like greater separation between like audience and artist.
Ticketmaster?
And I think
Oh,
that
yeah.
like, you know, you have DIY bands in the audience watching other DIY bands. You have people who are, you know, taking photos at the shows, and it's all this like hodgepodge of like mutual contribution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Just
it's
showing
definitely,
up.
yeah, you know,
Literally
truly.
showing up.
Yeah.
Yeah, be a
Yeah.
body. And
Or just like practicing your craft too, because like you said, like you have like all these people just taking their own photos. Them
Mhm.
themselves are also doing their like, you know, their little
Yeah.
projects, you know?
Yeah.
And they look so good. It's all so cool, you know, like after
Photographers are
I
awesome.
love getting off and like you should just see how like individual they are, like how special they are with their own. Like you can tell each one of them has a different style. Like
Yeah.
when they release those photos, and it's so cool. Like you said, DIY everybody almost.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Like I want to get a DIY photographer for like my wedding.
Like, yes.
Yeah.
It's true, it's true. shot like a hardcore show too with like the
Yeah.
yeah. What do you guys feel like makes Houston local music like unique as a scene? If you think about like how you feel towards like other cities, something like that, like what makes it different?
Like I feel like a lot of the music I hear is very aggressive and like specifically about living in Houston. Like would suck here. Like I can think of several songs. Yeah, like just being in Texas, like you were mentioning earlier. But yeah, that rage of like not being listened to, and not like living in a state like this. But
it's so diverse. It's so huge. There is something for everyone. Like, okay, you don't like kittencore. Well, there's breakcore that you can go to a show. You don't like punk,
Yeah.
there's hardcore. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many. It's so huge. It is so ginormous. And like we're talking about, like the little pockets, right? Like Lake Jackson shows, Beaumont shows,
Yeah.
like the little spots. Like, there are so many different areas of Houston that have different bands, different shows, different vibes, different people, different places, And wherever you go, whatever you choose, like you are bound to find something that you like because it's just like we've been talking about, like it's constantly growing. And not only is it constantly growing, but the fact that it is so huge is that like you're just bound to find something,
Yeah.
find some kind of something, your niche, your specific niche that you like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and again, it's special that it's all like on top of each other too.
No.
I feel like over here, a big difference is that it's all like spread out geographically. We have like Baltimore stuff, we have like DC stuff, we have like Frederick stuff. And like I always felt like in Houston, it's funny how it's like all in one spot,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even though you were mentioning like pockets around it and there's like little mini scenes, but
Yeah.
it's funny.
Mini scenes.
Do you feel like any sort of relationship, any sort of tie to like Houston music history in a way?
Oh, yeah. There's the bands that have like played in Houston for a long time, like have been successful. Like one of the bands that we got the privilege to play with this band called Trixie and the Phantoms.
Yeah.
We got to play with them at Black Magic Social Club, which is a super sick venue here in Houston. And they've been around for like a long time, or 30 Foot Fall, or even El Jumbotron.
Yeah.
Like the bands that have really stuck it out, like they're fucking awesome,
Yeah.
Like I look up to them. Like every time like I see like an older band that has like played for a long time, like I remember looking and I'm like, wow. I'm like, holy crap, I'll just study the drummer. And I'm like, holy, oh my gosh, like this is insane,
Yeah.
And like they started just like how we are, like it's just the constant growing. It's the constant, like, you have to put in the time and the effort. And so it's really inspiring to see the history just continuing to grow in new bands that form and then the old bands that come back, or you get the
Yeah,
chance to see an old
exactly.
band. Like
Mhm.
it's amazing to see like the ratio for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Because we are history.
And people can find you on like Instagram. I think you guys are on TikTok,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah. Occasionally.
I've seen
Instagram and a TikTok.
Our Instagram is Mannon HTX.
It's
What
right
the
here.
heck? This dot.
Sorry.
Yeah, dude.
Guys, it's us.
Okay, yeah. Anything you want to like tell the readers, like a final statement, something like that?
We love you guys. Stream Mannon.
And then also I feel like
and then go
that-
make your own music.
yeah,
Make-
yeah. If anything,
start
you want to
something.
definitely like just like inspire. I feel like, well, is your question like a message to the youth almost type of thing?
You can do a
Message to the
yeah,
guys.
message
Or like
to
a
the
little
youth.
something to put in there.
Just a message.
To the youth. Wait. If that was the case, like, what would we say then? Like,
Brother, this is the time, brother. This is the time. This is the time. Start
Get
now.
out there.
Make history. Do
Make a
something.
move.
Do something.
Yeah.
Period. Do something.
It's as easy as just starting. Really.
Yeah.
That's true.
Don't be
That's
shy.
true. You
For
guys
sure.
did it. All right.
Yeah, we did
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah.
This has
Wow.
been Mannon HTX. Thank you for talking with me. That's so great.
Yeah.